morning, stroke, afternoon, stroke, whatever it is in your part of the world. Welcome to Monday Makers, everyone. I'm Derek, if we've never met before, because you might be thinking, hang on a minute. Hang on, where's the beard? No. Don't worry. Joe has not lost the beard and shrunk in height because he's much taller than me. It's me. I'm Derek and I'm here to look after you while Joe has a few well-earned days of rest on his little scooter somewhere in Naples. I can just see it. It'll be handlebar in one hand, pizza in the other. You just know it, don't you? Listen, I'm not on my own for Monday Makers and I'm really, really pleased and so lovely to meet the gorgeous Debbie Robinson. Hello,
Yay!
Debbie.
I feel I'm back at home. I'm back here and I'm really looking forward and very privileged and honoured, Derek, to be here with on your very first day, your full, being left in charge, holding the reins. So I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. And I can't wait to show you what we've got on the show today. We've got loads planned, lots of demonstrations, hopefully lots of crafty fun as well, Derek.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, if the messages already are anything to go by, the comments so far, people are watching from far and wide. We've got Katie saying good morning from San Francisco. We have got Mary, who is in from upstate New York, saying hi, Debbie and Derek. Carol's in from Cleveland in Ohio. Debbie's in Texas. I mean, everyone is everywhere. Oh, hang on. Bettina's here as well from Glumzo. Glumzo, I think, is going to be in Norway, isn't it? Norway, Sweden, Denmark, I'm guessing. Let me know. Listen, I'll be on the Facebook feed all afternoon, basically gossiping with you and sharing your comments and asking Debbie any questions that you've got for her throughout the show. And we have got a massive show. And forgive me because it is still day one for me. There is product here and there and there and everywhere. So I'll try and keep up to date with you. We're going to start with the most incredible range of stencils and focal stamps. Now, these are brilliant. Now, there's a complete bundle for all 8, and you will want all 8 as soon as you've seen them because they are absolutely beautiful. Stencils, of course, are so versatile. You can use them to make up your backgrounds. You can use them to deliver texture. You can throw any kind of medium at it, and it will love you. You can mask off your stencils, of course. To have the stamps and the sentiments there as well, it's absolutely brilliant. So there are 8 of these all told. First one is Make a Wish there with the old, it's dandelion heads, isn't it? The ones that you blow into the wind. So that's your first one. Then we have, is that upside down? No, it isn't. Life is a journey. It is when you're upside down, isn't it? You've got your bonfires. It does look upside down, doesn't it? Listen, I never know which way to view the world. But that's absolutely beautiful. So you've got your stencil there, which is giving you pretty much the whole globe. Brilliant for your journaling and great to create those wonderful background effects for you as well. Then we move on to It's Time. It's Time. So here we've got a little bit more of a clocks theme going on here and a wonderful sort of gingham checked background, which is wonderful. I love it. And lots of inspiring stamps in there as well. And great things: take time, never give up. And you are ready. That should be my stamp of the day, shouldn't it? And you are ready. Next one is Back to Nature. And we have got a multi-buy on these as well if you want to take advantage. But to be honest, I think everyone's going to be going for the big bundle because you're getting all 8 of them. There is a multi-buy there, 2 for $12 or $15. But look at this one. This is brilliant, isn't it? This is Back to Nature. So you've got all of those wonderful natural foliage and leaves elements. You've got that wonderful bark background there, lots of stamps and even more leaves down there as well, which is brilliant. So that's that one. Then we've got Life Happens. That's nice, isn't it? It's a little bit of... See, I'm reading this as a little bit steampunky, are you? So it's a little bit floral, it's a little bit steampunky as well. And then you've got your brick wall effect there, which you could do in lots and lots of different ways. You could do a nice dry stone wall for Debbie. You've got loads of sentiments in there as well. Then we have Write Your Own Story. Write Your Own Story. Now, this is brilliant because this is all about being freestyle, being multimedia, taking your ideas in lots of different directions. You've got that wonderful sort of ditzy print going on there. Again, you could mask off the splats and all of these elements that are going on there. And then you've got your sentiments down here as well, just for you, because you're awesome, on your special day, so nice, and lots more. And then we've got, ta-da, something for the floral fans. We have got Happiness Blooms. So again, you've got all of your lovely florals there. You've got this amazing sort of garden trellis going on here, so you can add lots and lots of extra elements to that. You can add some flora on top of that, of course, from your die cutting and all sorts. I mean, listen, the ideas just take you in so many different directions. And even I'm having ideas, and I'm not even started demonstrating yet. In fact, I only ordered my Gemini yesterday, so I can't wait for it to arrive so I can get playing and get die cutting. And then we have got music and lyrics. So music and lyrics is giving you that lovely, it's a stave, isn't it? Where the notes go on, isn't it? And then you've got this wonderful, sort of almost like a tiger stripe in a way, but it's a wonderful background feature. And again, lots of musical sentiments there as well. So remember, you've got the bundle there for all 8 of the stencil and stamp sets there, £42 or $55, which is a saving of 25%. We've also got a multi-buy on those as well. If you want to go for the individuals, it's 2 for £12 or $15. Which is really, really good. That's not all that's in the show, so I'm going to rush through as quickly as I possibly can, because then we can get to see some amazing demonstrations from Debbie. But we've also got your double-sided dies today as well, which is brilliant. Now, there are 6 sets in this collection. And they're all absolutely amazing, I have to tell you. Really, really good. So this first one is your pretty poinsettia. And you can see what that does. Double layered dies are just, I mean, they're just amazing, aren't they? And these are creator card as well. So literally one pass through and you've got your background for your card, which is brilliant. I'll run through the others that we've got here as well. So we've got Oh Little Town, which is your wonderful Bethlehem scene, which I think is so atmospheric. You know, it's very serene. You know, not everybody necessarily looking for a Santa or a Christmas tree or something like that in their Christmas greetings. I think that's absolutely wonderful. We've also got your Christmas tree, and having a double sided die just gives you so many possibilities, doesn't it? And some opportunities for embellishments and for foiling as well, because we are going to be talking foiling a little bit later as well. We've also got your forest woodland. Now, I have to tell you, that for me is the ultimate in sophistication. You look at that sample there from lovely Jane, and it's just those 2 simple colours. It's almost like a monochrome, isn't it? It's really lovely. You just want to take a wander through that lovely winter scene. It's absolutely gorgeous. Then we have the one, and I know this is one of my favourites as well. And we call these, I know a lot of you guys now call them baubles as well. I've heard Joe converting you all to baubles. This is called Christmas ornaments, but I know a lot of you across the pond now refer to these as baubles, as we do in the UK. And these are great and brilliant for making your shaker cards. So you can make your baubles into shakers as well, which is just superb. One more to show you, and it is Snowflake Kisses. Now, look at that. As a top on a box onto acetate there, that double-sided die has just, it's transformed that box completely and utterly, isn't it? And it's a purple box, so I'm guessing this is a Sarah creation. Oh no, it's not actually, it's our lovely Linda. Linda has done that box for us. Isn't it gorgeous though? Really, really lovely. So, £115 or $135 for the complete set of 6 there, which is really, really good. So that is a big saving of over 20%. So next up we have, these are the Christmas creator cards. Now these are the ones that we had this morning with Sarah, and they are beautiful. Now 2 of these are not in the HSN selection, so it might just be a word to the wise. If you're a platinum member in Club Inspire, you might want to have a little look at the bundle of 6 here and just have a look at what that does to your discount. So there are 6 in total. This is the first one, which is Deck the Halls. Oh, I've got a taxi call coming in. Could you tell her it'll be 5 minutes? We're on the same frequency as a taxi firm around here, I think. These are brilliant. So there's a set of 6 here. So this one is called Deck the Halls. Then we have got Let It Snow. And that's wonderful, isn't it? I mean, there's so many different elements there for foiling. Remember, these are foil stamps as well, so they're absolutely beautiful. Look, there's another interpretation of that Let It Snow. I mean, just such fun, isn't it? And remember, because it's one pass, you have literally created that card. I've got boards for the other ones as well, and these are the ones that are in the HSM bundle. So we've got Winter Wishes, which is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. With that gold shimmer foiling, it just looks so luxurious, doesn't it? You just need to do a little bit of matte and layering, and that's it. You are done, aren't you? You've also got Merry and Bright, And Merry and Bright is gorgeous. I love the font on that one. I just think it's really, really special. It's something that's very, very bright and beautiful. It's difficult, isn't it, to have new ideas, contemporary ideas for Christmas cards. And these are brilliant. Then we've got Merry Christmas. So this is a little bit more classic, and I love that wreath. I mean, I'm just thinking, you know, foiling that onto various things. And you could actually make little window panels with acetate, couldn't you, with the Merry Christmas one? That would be brilliant. And you also have 'Tis the Season. No, stop it, Derek. It's July. Stop it. I'll be slapped. You've got 'Tis the Season as well, with all of those beautiful elements just poking through and around there. All that foliage, all of those sort of fir needles and whatever. You can smell them, can't you? You can smell the winter woodland already there. So that's £99 or $135 there. That's a brand new launch today. Lots and lots and lots of people have been buying their foil press and stocking up on the foils as well. We've got brilliant multi-buys on those. Oh, and remember, I've got a giveaway to do. I know. Well, you know, because it's my first few days, and you literally have now 50 minutes to get an entry in to win a hamper full of goodies that I rummaged around in CCHQ for. Have found you a little bit of a launch bumper bundle prize. Now, all you need to do is come and find me on Facebook, because I've got my own page here at Crafters Companion. So I am Derek Marks, Crafters Companion. So it's Derek, D-E-R-E-K, and then Marks, M-A-R-K-S. Oh, that's it. So that, and then Crafters Companion, come and find my page. You'll find the pinned post with the picture of the hamper there. I will be picking a winner at random in around about 50 minutes time. And one of you will win that wonderful bundle of goodies. And I have to tell you, so I just have to tell you before we do anything else, I'm up to silver already in Club Inspire. I did some ordering over the weekend. I've got my Gemini coming. I've got some Christmas dies coming. I've got some pens coming as well. I cannot wait. So I'm really, really looking forward to giving away that wonderful prize a little bit later on. Right, okay, let's go back to your stencils then. Shall I show you again just very, very quickly through the sets? Now remember, in this bundle you get all 8. Now hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Now listen, I know I haven't been around this part for very long, but 8 stencils plus the stamp collections, all for £42 or $55. Something's not right there. What's the usual price? It's working out £5.25 a set. So I'll quickly take you through them again. So you've got music and lyrics, which is wonderful. I mean, great, great fun. Party invites, lots of different ideas for those. You've also got Life is a Journey, for your journaling, for your welcome back, good luck, who's emigrating. I don't think anyone's emigrating right now though, are they? Make a Wish. Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? That could be for celebration cards as well. You've all got It's Time, which for me has a little bit of a steampunk feel to it as well, which I love with those clocks there. So maybe again for journeying through journals. Then you've got your very natural Back to Nature, which again is beautiful. Remember, these are available on a multi-buy as well. I think it's 2 for £12 or $15 on these. But the best value, of course, is always going to be in the bundle there, which is £42 or $55. Write your own story again for your journaling. I love this. It really appeals. That's like the contents of my brain right now on day one at the new job. A scramble of letters are in my head. And then you've got Happiness Blooms, which is all of your wonderful floral elements as well, which just look fantastic. They really, really do. Right, enough of me. I want to gossip with you in the comments. So let's see. Debbie, what have you got lined up for us to get started?
Well, I'm going to start with these beautiful stencils. Now, I love a good stencil. The fact that we brought some lovely stamps to go and complement with each one of these is just incredible. I was lucky to launch these when they first came out back down at Create and Craft, and I absolutely had the time of my life playing. Got inky, but there's lots of things that you can do with stencils. I'm going to show you just a few samples, and then we'll crack into a demonstration and show you. So what I'll just do, let me just pop these to one side. I'm getting used to this new camera angle, Derek. We've had a little change around since I was last up here. I'm at a different side. I'm used to being this side, so now I'm going to be this side. So let me just show you exactly what you can do with these. Look how gorgeous and glorious this sample is. Taking texture pastes, glitter pastes, and I know as canny crafters as you are, like myself, I do exactly the same thing. I collect these things, never use them. But you can dabble into a bit of mixed media. Get your inks out, your quick drying ink pads or your water reactive ink pads. Get yourself making these backgrounds. These stencils are going to make not just on the front, but on the outside and the inside as well. Using your texture paste, you can create some lovely dimension as well. They're absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to show you a selection of some of them. But look at the glorious colour on this, Derek. How gorgeous are these? And again, this is just a bit of ink through in the background, but down here at the bottom, because you've got that stencil, you're going to be able to create these beautiful raised elements by getting your textured pastes and using them through those stencils. And again, look how gorgeous. Each one of these designs has a set of corresponding stamps that really do work together, and you're going to be able to knock up pretty quick smart some fabulous cards really quickly. Look at all of the, I mean, I just think that one is glorious. Absolutely beautiful. And again, not just on the outside of a card, but on the inside as well. These are the kind of masterpieces that you're going to be able to create with ease. Take some of your other items, use some of the stencils, cut them out, do a little bit of fussy cutting and add some extra little bits on there, or just add some extra embellishments. And then there's things like not just your card making. Look at this, Derek, a beautiful box that's been made. We just recently launched some gorgeous picnic boxes and things like that. This is what you could do. You could use these stencils onto them. Things like books. Look how gorgeous that is. On the front of a book is just beautiful. Honestly, these are fabulous set of stencils and stamps that are going to work, and you're going to use them for a long time. Let me just tell you, you're going to be able to make some amazing things with these. And I thought, you know what, let's just get cracking. Let's just show you exactly how easy these are to use. So I've fetched in a little bit of white stamping card. Now, I was going to show you the technique of doing the background, but what do you think, Derek? Shall we just go in and straight use those stencils with this first one?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's just use it. So I'm just going to show you what I've done. From creating my piece of white stamping card here, I've used some of our water reactive dyes to create this background. So I've used a little bit of baby blue on the outside and just taken one of my dabbers or daubers or whatever it is you want to call them, ink applicators from Spectrum Noir, and there's a choice of square as well as the round that you can create this background with. I've used a little bit of Winter Rose, which is another one of our water reactives, and also Pale Fig to give a nice little bit, I mean, it almost looks atmospheric, that. Splash a little bit of water on, and that's created my background piece. What I want to show you, and this is why I'm going to start with straight away, is these fabulous stencils. Now, this is one of the stencils, and the wonderful thing we've done with these stencils, Derek, is rather than give you the full set that you could use a full square one and then add some more on, to keep these costs down, because that's an incredible price, that is a real fabulous price, we've decided to put it in 2 into 1. So you've got that twofer, as our lovely Leanne would say, where you've got that extra little bit of dandelion there, and then the stamps. And these stamps are beautiful. You can see you've got a couple of sentiments on there, and then some extra embellishments to really add some extra detail. I just think these are absolutely fab. So with this, now there's a couple of ways that you can use a stencil. You can take, oh, what have I done with my spray? Derek, it's a sign I've got in this room. I always put things down.
There's so many people in and out
have you been
of here,
warned?
isn't there?
Have you been warned about what I'm like?
I had heard.
I tend to put things down and then misplace them, and then when I'm looking, they're right in front of my nose the whole time. Honestly, the amount of times I've done this.
That's happened about 10 times this afternoon, isn't it?
So this is what you could do. You could apply this. This is our repositional stick and spray, which means it's the repositional glue. You'll find it on the website, and I do believe now in America we do it on America as well, for America as well. We don't send it out there, but we have it over there for you to get. Now that's the stick and spray repositional, which means that you can squirt the back of here and let it go tacky for about 30 seconds. And you then apply your stencil to your chosen cardstock. I'm a little bit of a maverick, and I just go in with my hands and hold it down. There is also low tack tape, so you could use low tack tape and you could tape it down into place as well, if you're not brave enough to do what I'm going to do. But I just like getting inky. I like getting a bit messy, so it didn't really bother me too much. Now I've brought in I've brought two actually. I've got quick dry ink pad here, which is the pumice, however you say that. Bosh. And then I've got metallic pigment inks, which are Midas. Now, I saw Craig with these on Colour Me Happy on Friday. These are the kind of things that you can do. You can use them through stencils as well. They've got a little bit more of an open drying time, which means you could add things like clear embossing as well without using our watermark ink pad. You could pop that straight on, throw over your clear embossing powder, and you can create some textures with that as well. But what I'm just doing for this particular one is just using this to create my background. So I'm going to take one of my little round circular ink applicators, and I'm going to use the pumice. Pumice, is that the right word, Derek?
I've never heard that word before.
It's the colour.
How's it spelled?
Well, like the stone, the P-U-M-I-S. Is it a pumice? Have I been saying it wrong all this time?
Well,
you see, we're from Yorkshire. So we're both from Yorkshire, aren't we? I'm from
pumice.
Southern Yorkshire. What the heck's that when it's at home? South Yorkshire.
Oh, very posh. Southern Yorkshire.
Southern Yorkshire. Give it a
and
new
I'm
name.
in North Yorkshire.
So have I been saying it wrong all this time?
Well, pumice is the stone you rub on your feet to get rid of the hard skin, isn't it? Is it that colour?
It is that colour, yes. It is indeed that colour. That's exactly what it is.
Pumice it is then.
Pumice. Right,
Pumice.
So you've learnt me a new word, Derek. So
Great.
not only is it your first time working with me, you've learnt me a new word as well. I'm
Brilliant.
well impressed. I'm well impressed. Now, I'm just using a little part of this. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, Derek. I am just literally taking a little bit of the edge and going around the circle. And if I just lift this off for a second, you can see straight away, instant background. So I'm just going to turn that round again, and I'm just going to apply. And
Debbie, what kind of pressure? Sorry to interrupt. What kind of pressure are you using?
Very light.
Right.
Very light pressure.
Because I think people always watch this on TV and say, "How hard is she pushing?"
No, very light. I don't know if you probably can't hear it, but it's very light touching.
See, it's like a skating, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just literally taking it and just going gently, circular motions across over the stencil. I'm not going heavy-handed. If you wanted to go and wanted a more deeper colour, yeah, you can choose different colours, but you could apply more over there and you get a different effect. So I've gone for a subtle effect, but can you see now there in that corner a very dark effect? So it really is a personal choice, Derek.
Debbie,
but a good question.
I have to say that a lot of people are welcoming you back and saying, "Oh, there she is, our Debbie. We've missed you."
Well, you see, Craig took over the airwaves. We had to give him a bit of airtime. He's been gone. He's been starved of it, bless him, and he's absolutely loved being back. So we handed over the airwaves to our lovely Craig. As you know, he's very busy today because he's down at Create and Craft.
Yeah, he's making up for it, isn't he?
He's absolutely. We're making him work now, Derek. That's what it is. We're making him work now. We really are. But he's down at Create and Craft. So I said, can I come up? Can I come and play in the craft room? And so, yeah, you've got me for 2 days. I'm here today and tomorrow.
Yay!
Now then, I've taken another ink applicator, and this time I'm using our metallic ink pad. So this is that beautiful blue organza. Not sure if we've got them in stock, in all honesty, Derek. So we'd have to ask our gorgeous producer, Johnny, who, for me, it's my first day back working with our lovely Johnny, because he hasn't been around for a while. So it's lovely to see his lovely face, looking very tanned. But look, can you see now? Absolutely fabulous again. And that's just using one element of this, and it really is using one element. If you wanted to use all of it, absolutely you can take that across. There's no right or wrong way with these stencils. And the best thing about this is you can get really messy, and not just for beginners, for experienced crafters alike. You can get your kids involved. I mean, look how fabulous this is already looking just by adding different inks. And like I said, this is an open drying time, which means you can use things like your clear embossing over the top to add that texture if you want to. I'm just using it with inks for this particular one, just because it looks really, really effective as it is like this way. And again, it's just so simple, so easy to apply, and you can create a background. So you can turn that piece of cardstock into something quite pretty, quite easily as well, Derek. I just think they're absolutely fabulous.
Shows you how versatile the stamp is as well, doesn't it? Because sometimes when you get the stencil, because sometimes when you get a stencil which just has one design in it, you just tend to lay it over the top and go over as is, don't you? When you've got a stencil with different elements, you tend to, let's move it around. Let's mask a bit off. Let's just go into one corner. It makes you wander a bit more, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So what I'm just doing now, Derek, is I'm just framing round the edge. I am doing a little bit of matting and layering, but I've got quite a bit of ink still left on this stencil. So I thought I'd just give a little bit round the edges. And as you can see, it's just framing around there. It just adds a little bit of depth and dimension, creates a little bit of an illusion as well, and draws your eye into that design in the middle. I just think it's absolutely fabulous. And that's just using the stencil. And look what I've created already. You can see how beautiful that looks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of cardstock. I've got a nice strip of white on here. I'm going to take, let's have a think. I think I'll use my winter rose for this particular one. And I'm going to use, she says, just give me a second, Derek. 2 seconds while I have a little rummage in my bag.
I'll go
just
through everyone.
Just because I want to grab another ink. I'm having a play and I'm having a think about what I want to do.
What are you like, woman? Right, okay, well, let's have a look through. Everyone's saying hello this afternoon. Afternoon, Suzette. The weather seems to be a bit mixable all over the place today. Here in the UK, it's a bit, do you know what I mean? A bit changeable. But I think if you're across the pond, how is weather this morning, isn't it? Yes, because it's 8:30 or 11:30 in the morning. You lucky people. Erin says, looks like we're getting inky today with these amazing stencils. Yeah, absolutely. I think Debbie's going to be having a good old go with lots of these stencils today. Popping in, says Lynn, while I'm working. Shh. She says, Derek, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I feel like I'm just standing here gossiping. That's great. And I get paid at the end. Well, I say I get paid at the end. I have to say that most of what should be coming my way is going to come straight back here like a boomerang. Because I've already been ordering over the weekend. So I've got my big daddy Gemini. Then we were doing the foil press this morning, and I was thinking, now Sarah's shown me and answered all the question I had about the foil press. I'm like, I probably need one of those now as well, in time for when my Gemini arrives. I can't wait to get started. It's brilliant. Sunny Hot Connecticut, says Anne. Wonderful. That sounds a bit nice, doesn't it? Mary says, sorry I missed your first show, Derek. You're doing great. Where were you? Where were you at 3 a.m.? How dare you sleep at 3 a.m.? No, I know. A lot of people do get up super early, don't they, to watch the shows at 3 a.m. in the morning. Sharon says, hi, Derek. I love your voice. In fact, Kelly in the office earlier said, actually, maybe we'll get you in to read some stories as well. You've got that kind of voice to read stories to.
You have indeed.
Maybe we should have a little bit of a story moment when I'm in. What do you think, Deb?
I think that's a great idea. An absolutely great idea. You have got one of those lovely soothing voices, really nice. Like when you see it at the end of the day. I watch a lot of kids' TV at the minute. My little granddaughter, she takes over the airwaves, the TV remote. She's now learnt the word remote, and we have those. To the end of the day, the stories that the presenters or they get little guests in. So you could do, Derek, for us.
Are you sitting comfortably?
That's it.
Then we'll begin.
Sounds fabulous. It does. Now I've grabbed me ink, Derek. You'll be pleased to know I've grabbed me ink because
what did you get?
I went to go and grab the quick drying crushed velvet one because I've got these gorgeous stamps as well. And this is what I want to do with this piece of paper here, with this cardstock that I've took. I took a piece of white stamping cardstock, and this time I'm going to use these stamps to add a little bit of an extra dimension for this. So I've got my stamping platform, and I don't know, I'm just going to say what's been going off on here. I think the other guests have been using this, but look at this. This is a well-loved stamping mat. It's absolutely fabulous. But there's nothing wrong with it. It won't affect the stamp or the quality. But what this does is when you are using our stamps, it absorbs that pressure, which means it gives you a nice, crisp, clean stamp every single time. And I'm just using one of these stamps at the moment, and I'm just going to pop all this around. And the lovely thing about the quick drying, Derek, look at that.
It dries quick.
It dries instantly, which for me, and lots of people know me, they've been watching me over this since I've been here at the Crafters TV. About 18 months now I've been in demonstrating for our Crafters TV, whether it be here, whether it be down at Create and Craft. They know I'm a bit of a messy crafter. I don't mind getting inky. I've got no problem getting inky, but I love something that gives me an instant result that means I don't get any smudging anywhere. But look, you just got a little bit there. Can you see how fabulous that looks already? Just by using a little element of that stamp. And that's just one part of the stamp, because we've got all these as well. Make a wish and set it free. What a gorgeous sentiment that is. Just breathe. That's me. That's me. That's definitely me. Just breathe, Debbie.
That's what I've had to tell myself today. Just breathe, Derek. Just breathe. It's fine. Nothing can go wrong. Just breathe.
What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second just to show you, because I've already done a little bit of inking, almost like a little bit of a blue petery style, where I've taken a little bit of ink and gone around the edge there, and you can see that that's just framing that beautifully as well. There you go. Absolutely fabulous. So that's going to be the part that goes across. I've got me, let me just grab my things. Let me get... Debbie, you put everything around like a sign you've been here for 2 minutes. I've got all bits surrounding me. Let's bring in some glue, Debbie. Let's put a card together. I just want to show you how beautiful these gorgeous stencils work with those focal stamps. They are absolutely fabulous. The price of those is an unbelievable price that we have today for every single set. There are 8 sets of stencils with 8 sets of corresponding stamps that work beautifully separately, together. Have a mix and match, because that's what you can do as well. Let me just bring that one in. I'm going to lift this up a little bit though with some of our 3D colour. We'll give a little bit of extra depth and dimension. There we go. Chunky glue, I call it, Derek. Chunky glue, the whispering in my ear. Because it is me chunky glue. I love a bit of chunky glue. I can't help myself. It's that lovely, thick, gloopy glue, which gives you that beautiful effect that a foam pad, because our Craig loves his foam pads. You'll know, if you saw him, he foam pads everything within an inch of its life. Derek, don't stand too close, because you will get foam padded up. And I love my 3D Kalal glue, or as I affectionately call it, chunky glue. And then what I've done is I've actually just placed just onto another piece of stamping card using this, and that's going to go over across. And this is me, just breathe. This is, I think Leanne, when she made this one, when they got together, the product development team, I think they just thought of me for this one. And then I'm just going to place that in the middle. I'm going to add a little bow on just in the corner, and you've got a very instant, a very quick, lovely card made. And if I just hold that there for a second, you can see how beautiful these stencils work just over. Just going to trim that off, but I'm going to let that dry for a second because I've measured it a little bit bigger than it should be. However, how fabulous does that look? The whispering in my ear, Derek, have you heard them? What am I like?
It's beautiful.
What am I like?
I know. I don't want to keep doing it because I don't have the accent, you see. Joe has got an accent down to a T, but my accent, just for anyone watching, my accent's from down south, as we say here in the UK. So if you know the UK at all, I'm further down than London in a place called Kent, which no one would ever have heard of. I think probably not stateside, maybe here in the UK. But yeah, so I'm from Kent, but now I've lived up north for like 20 odd years. But I'm trying, my mum does say, oh, you've got a bit of a northern accent there. Yeah, but I don't think I do at all. Right, anyway, lots and lots of people saying hello. In fact, somewhere in the world, it's 1:10 a.m. in the morning. Sarah Brown is posting, and I'm sure she'll message back as well and let us know where she is. But it's 1:10 in the morning. Good Lord, that's very, very, well, late stroke early, depending on your point of view. Right, we have got a Monday mega deal for you. We do this every single Monday, which is news to me because this is my first ever Monday. So this is the Monday mega deal. So it's a while stocks last opportunity. It's 3 fabulous, fabulous dies. These are the Nature's Garden range. We've got Fairy Garden, and we also have the Signpost. And then there's the flower bed edge as well. All 3 of those for just £10.50, which is amazing. So you are saving. Whoa. Actually, do you know what? Johnny, stock-wise-ish, how are we looking? Is this a limited stock? You are going to... Okay, 10% has gone already. Sorry, I'm asking prematurely because... I ordered my Gemini yesterday, so if there's a bit of a deal going on dies, I think I want to be a part of the action, no matter what the die is. I love the Signpost. I think that's really lovely, isn't it? Really, really nice. And then on the middle one there, you have got Nature's Vines, which is gorgeous. You might get a better impression of it from the back, actually. You can see that, so that's going to work beautifully. In fact, that would have gone in really, really nicely with the card that Debbie was just making there. And then you've got this edging die, which is your flower bed edge. I wish my flower beds looked that good. I have to tell you, I've had a lot of gardening time this year. But it's still not looking quite that neat and tidy. So if you want to take advantage of the Monday mega deal, £10, I won't do that again, £10 and 50 pence there, which is brilliant. So you're saving 55% on those. Let me show you again our double-sided Christmas dies. Oh, I love Christmas. I love the fact, right, so it's July the, what today, 13th, 14th, something like 13th. So I'm joining you here at Crafters TV in the middle of July. So yesterday, as I know lots of you ordered over the weekend, can't think why, there was a bit of something going on over the weekend, wasn't there? So I ordered my Gemini machine and I ordered some dies and some other bits and pieces as well, because I'm thinking I ordered Christmas dies, and the reason why I think I ordered a Christmas paper pad as well is because I kind of figure that if I get to grips with my Gemini right now and get started and get stuck in, so to speak, I'll be doing my cards in time for this Christmas, but I'm not putting myself under too much time pressure, which is good. That's the thinking. Let's see what happens. Because now I want to order the foil press as well. So here are the different cards, the different double-sided dies that we've got. So we've got your amazing poinsettia there, which die cuts this way. So you've got that wonderful depth and dimension. You could do your paper piecing with this as well, couldn't you? That would be amazing. You could cut that out again, couldn't you, in white cardstock and make the little berries white if you wanted to. We also have Oh Little Town. I'm not singing anymore. I'll have to send somebody a check. So there's your Oh Little Town. So that's your Bethlehem scene. Remember, this is your double-sided dies. Don't forget with the double-sided dies, you will need the double-sided plates for your Gemini machine as well. Get me knowing that. I can't believe that I know that. Here is your Christmas tree. It's amazing. And I promise you, there isn't anyone telling me in my ear. I've just been paying very close attention over the last few weeks here at Crafters TV while I've been lurking around in the background. You've also got your frosted woodland. Now, these are all together in this bundle, the details you can see on the screen right now. £115 or $135, which is already a massive, massive saving. There is a multi-buy on these, though, as well, Johnny, isn't it? Is it £40 or $50 on this? This is your Christmas ornaments, or as I like to say, baubles. I have a great big box of baubles ready for Christmas, and every year a different selection comes out, but they are great. And these elements in these make great shaker cards, as you can see on that sample there. It's beautiful. So you've got that one, and then there is Snowflake Wishes, which Linda has transformed, as you can see there, into the top of the box there, and it's absolutely beautiful, just backing that onto acetate. But you can see that the fact that they are double-sided dies means you've got that extra dimension. Now, double-sided plates you will need for the double-sided dies, so as if by magic they will appear. Here they are. So here are the junior ones first of all. £10 and 39 pence, looking at the wrong screen. £10 and 39 pence, $13.56 to get those to work with your Gemini Junior. And we've got the Big Daddy Gemini. Double cutting plates for the double-sided dies is here. £15 and 99 pence or $19.96. Very, very easy to simply add to your order. And remember, while you're watching on the website, if you're logged in watching and buying on the website works out your discount already depending on where you are in Club Inspire. That was the thing that really fascinated me. I was like, oh, so the price I'm seeing there is different to the price on screen because the website's automatically working out my Club Inspire discount. That's just too good. That's just, I wish there were more places in the world that did that. Right, let's show you some other bits and pieces that are on the show as well. So these are the Crocus and Floral selection of the layering background stamps. Oh, amazing, amazing to actually use in conjunction with your stencils as well. So for stamping over your stencils, these will be amazing. Have a good look at the selection you've got there. You've got those two sets, as you can see. So the Floral Cascade and the Crocus collection there as well. $12.99 or $19.95 is a massive, massive saving. That's over half price saving, isn't it? And then there's another set which has something completely and utterly different. So you've got butterfly bouquet, the bouquet residence, the lady of the house speaking, or you've got bees in the border, which looks really, really good. You know, actually, these kind of cards, making these kind of cards when we come to the end of summer is brilliant, because you can enjoy your real flowers and your real garden through the summer and then have those wonderful memories of them recreated in your card making when summer's all done and dusted and it's all cold and wet and we're all inside. Crafting, £12.99 for both of those sets. It's a half price saving again, £19.95. Now we've got some more double-sided dies for you. Now these are really, really useful, really, really useful indeed. So this is Heart to Heart and the Falling Stars collection. That's really, really pretty, isn't it? Again, having more double-sided stamps, if you're investing in the plates, if you're going for the Christmas double-sided dies, go for it. Really, really good. So both of those there, £20 and 50 or $30. Dollars. Should we rename them dollies? Let's see who's saying hello today. Loads of you. Lisa says, I'm watching while I'm assembling my new flat pack desk for my craft room. Hopefully I'll be done by the end of the show. I hope so, because there is nothing worse, is there, than getting to that last thing and finding you haven't got that little nut thing that you need, and you think, the hours I've spent tackling you and you've got a bit missing, how dare you? Anyway, while I contain my rage, Debbie is ready to go again.
I've been having a little look at some of the comments as well. There's some really lovely comments, Derek. You need to scroll up. People welcoming you to the family, saying how lovely it is to have you. Lots of people from all over the world as well. Australia.
Wow.
I mean, wow, that just blows my mind. But
I
lots
know.
of lovely comments on there. I really, really hope you do get to read them all, because they are all loving having you within the family. The Purple family, we all welcome you, and it's been lovely working with you. Anyway, let's get back to business. So let's show you these double-sided dies. I just want to take a moment of some of these cards just to show you how fabulous this works. Now, this is technology. Do you know, I don't know, Derek, are you aware of our double-sided technology?
I have seen them once, because we're the only company, aren't we, to produce
We are
double-sided
the
dies.
only company. We are indeed. We're the only company in the world, worldwide, who own the double-sided technology. And I say own, we've painted it, so it means that this is the only company you're going to get this. This means it's a die, a piece of metal die that cuts out two different designs on one piece of metal. Look at this gorgeous. I'm going to use the frosted woodland for the first one, but you can see that design on one side, but when I reverse that, look at the other side. You can see the other pattern on there. Now for me, Derek, this is what blew my mind. I first heard about this a while ago, and I just kept thinking, oh my goodness, how is that possible? How is that going to work? But you know Leanne and the team, or if you don't, Derek, you're going to get to know Leanne and the team really well, and they think outside the box, and this just is the most amazing technology. I'm going to show you some of the gorgeous card samples that some of our design team have made, and you are going to make some cards super easy, super quick. One pass of your machine, you're going to be able to create this. Now, this is the beautiful design of this gorgeous snowflake kisses, I want to call this one. I keep forgetting my names.
Yes.
Snowflake kisses. And you can even use the waste. That bit is the waste, Derek, that we would normally throw away, but look how fabulous that looks on the front of there. Or have I got it wrong? That's not
Oh,
a
no,
snowflake.
this is,
That's
sorry.
my Christmas tree, isn't it? That's
Yes,
me,
it is.
yeah, do you know, it's all right. I'm trying to think. Contemporary Christmas, that's the word. And I was trying to... did you notice I was trying to fool you then, Derek? Did you notice? I was trying to fool you. This is my snowflake kisses. This is it. There you go. Snowflake kisses. You can see just beautiful. Two different designs. Layer them up, because this is what it is. It's layering up, create a card die. I'm going to show you a few more other samples as well, because these are incredible.
That's wonderful.
You love this one, don't you?
Gorgeous. Yeah, it's really nice, because it just says Christmas. It makes you want it to be Christmas tomorrow.
Instantly screams Christmas, that one. And a couple of pieces of cardstock, different colour, and you're going to be able to create this. Paper piecing. Now, I saw Sarah do a masterclass just a couple of weeks ago where she actually showed you how you do the paper piecing. It was incredible. Look at that beautiful Bethlehem scene there. That is just the most amazing. Now, what I'm going to start with is my absolute favourite. I shouldn't have favourites, Derek, but I've got a favourite, and this one is the favourite of mine, which is the frosted woodland. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll show you some more different designs in a moment, but I just want to show you how easy they are to work.
You know why? It's that stag, isn't it?
It is.
It's
It's
that-
very majestical, isn't it? It's really majestic
and it's
looking.
still such a sophisticated kind of icon for Christmas, isn't it? I mean, if you can get one to sit on your Christmas table, not a real one, obviously, but like a model one to sit on your Christmas table. You get a real one to sit on your Christmas table, Debbie, then you're a better woman than I am.
Do you know, I'd like to say I could get one on my Christmas, but it's full of that much stuff from crafting. There's no physical way I get anything on that. I can't even eat
no
on
one
there.
remembers their dining table, do they, at all? It's where
Well,
we
you
used
see,
to
I
eat.
started off with a craft room. Well, it was my bedroom that I went up into little bedroom to have a bigger craft room. That's now become unworkable. So I'm sat on the kitchen table because I can't get in the craft room. So I'm sat. This is what happens.
A story the world over.
Exactly. And I know I'm not the only one, Derek. And I know
no.
that if you carry on being here long enough, it's going to happen for you too.
That'll
Let
be
me
me
just tell
too.
you. Now, let me talk about, I've already showed you that die, how it works. But what I want to show you is the plate combination, because it's the one thing I get asked the most every single time I demonstrate. How do you put the platform together? Now, these are designed to work with our Gemini machines. So I've got 2 of my clear plates. You can see what Sarah's been doing on this one, can't you? 2 of my clear cutting plates and 2 of our specially designed, what you've just shown earlier. Yours won't look like this when they come. They'll look that proper mint colour. But these are our specially designed, super toughened to withstand the pressure of a die that cuts out 2 different designs in that one pass, which is amazing. And this is the straightforward combination. So with that said, I'm taking 2 pieces of cardstock, and it's just a case of choosing which design you want to cut out. Now, I've taken some craft card, and I've taken some green from the textured paper cardstock that we have in the 8x8 pads. That's the 2 pieces, which I am now going to sandwich in between the die. So it is as straightforward as that. And then that is sandwiched into the middle of the 2 specially designed cutting plates for our double-sided technology. And then the next combination, you're going to sandwich that sandwich and that sandwich into this sandwich of the die cutting plates, which sounds really complicated, but believe you me, it is really straightforward. The only time that you may need to change that is you would maybe need to add a metal shim in if you're cutting through thicker cardstocks, like a textured cardstock, such as in like things like glitter cardstock, luxury glitter cardstock. However, I'm going to try it without, because I love this thing, that the fact that you just put it through your machine, that one pass, and it's going to cut out these 2 design, I think is incredible. But like I said, the only time you may need to tweak that slightly is if you need to use your metal shim on a more heavier, denser cardstock.
Debbie,
so with that said,
can I just ask you a very, very quick question?
you can ask anything you want, Derek.
Just in terms of card combinations that you use in the double-sided dies.
Yes.
Are you best to go as far away as you can in terms of a contrast, or can you stay fairly close in terms of colour, like to use 2 different shades of one colour, or do you always use different colours with the double-sided ones?
Do you know, it's a really good question. You can choose whatever you want. Now, I saw, there was a lovely card that I saw, and I think it was on, because you know we have lots of different pages. We've all got pages. We've all got our own personal pages with Crafters Companion. But I think it was an I'm a Crafters Companion page. And I'm always on there looking. I see some lovely, lovely pictures of people's, because we take inspiration ourselves. You know, that's where we get our inspiration from. But I saw one that a lovely lady had done, and she'd done it all in white Centura pearl, and she'd done this scene all in white Centura pearl, so it was white on white, but it looked sensational. If I get to have a look again, I might see if I can find that, or if the lady's watching in question and I can't remember a name, it's really bad because I usually take notes of people. I saw a lovely one from his name's Stephen from Rose Gold. I was watching the Stephen.
I've just had a message from Stephen
Have
actually,
you?
who says, "Please, can you tell Debbie I said that I said thank you to her for her lovely comments on my Rose Gold card.
Bless
Please,
him.
it made my day."
Oh, that's really sweet. Because that's when I look, I have a little nosy on there and see what people have done. And people do some amazing work, Derek. And I actually saw that where the question was about using the different colours or keeping separate colours. You can use whatever colours you want. Literally beautiful.
Okay. Well, Debbie, we're going to come back to you in just a second.
Okie dokie.
Apparently, we need to rearrange stuff. I don't know what that means. Anyway, it means someone walks in, then walks back out again in a bit. Oh, it's Daniel. Angela's watching. on the Crafters TV. I'm monitoring the posts on the Facebook page, on the Crafters TV Facebook page. So if you're there, I should see your comment, but there are hundreds of them. I'll get to as many as I can. But Angela Brown, she's watching in sunny Ramsgate in Kent. So she's heard of Kent because that's where I came from originally. And Angela, my mum and dad are down the road in Broadstairs, just incidentally. Susan says, Crafters TV, the one positive thing about living in CA. Now, CA is a short code, isn't it, for a state? I'm going to guess, is that California? Thank you. Being within walking distance to the beach. Oh, I tell you what, that's not bad, is it? Crafting here, beach there. That sounds like a bit of a combination, doesn't it? I don't think there's a beach. I don't think there's a beach within an hour of Newton Aycliffe, is there? I don't think. Is there? Could we go to... Oh, apparently there is within an hour. I need to get out more often. That's what I need to do. Right, okay. Christine Mahoney, hello. She says, Derek, you're doing a fantastic job. Between my daughter highlighting my hair and your voice, I'm getting sleepy. But not because I'm bored. Not because I'm bored. I'm just loving the demos. Derek, and again, you're doing a great job. Thank you. Bless you. Laurie says, Derek needs the inks too, right? Oh, gosh. Yeah, you're right, actually, because I've got some pens on order and the Gemini and some papers. And I clearly need a foil press as well. I think there's going to be an awful lot of ordering going on from... I might be more than silver by the end of the week, Debbie.
Can I just tell you, this is the gospel truth. I started working for Crafters Companion. I can't believe this is 4 years ago, when I went to the store, and literally I went from a bronze to a platinum in 8 weeks. 8 weeks it took. Working in the store, I was like a kid a kid at Christmas.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was like, and it still hasn't changed now. I'm exactly the same. Now, we've got all these issues sorted, all these technical issues, so sorry if everything was going a little bit crackly there. Just want to reiterate, we've got that all sorted now. But what I just wanted to show you was, while I was having my backpack changed, or my little microphone pack changed, I've just poked out all these little extra bits. And I say poked out, can I tell you how easy it was to do this? Literally, you can see they just fell away. That is one design, that is the other design, and literally all I've done is exactly the same, is taken away the excess, and you can see exactly where those have come from. You could pretty much use those if you wanted to, Derek, though, because look, you've got some trees already made. But for now, I'm just going to use these two together, and what I'm going to do is I am going to layer them on top of each other. So if I just show you, that goes over the top, and you've created a beautiful scene. And when you bring in a different piece of cardstock, this is what you can build up. So you can build up now a really fabulous scene with ease. And look at the colours, that's really making that pop. So with that said, I'm going to save these two pieces for another time, because I've already done a little bit of Blue Petery style where I've used my Xyron. I know we had the Xyron back on recently. Hopefully these will be coming back, the bigger ones. Couldn't live without mine. Could not live without it. But what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to layer up, and I'm just going to try and stand here. Keep saying, Derek, I'm only little. I noticed.
Join the club.
I know. I noticed. I noticed we were a similar stature.
Now,
I like that.
I'm 5'3 3/4, wet through and proud of it.
And I'm 5 foot. I said 2, but I'm not really. I'm 5'1" and a little bit.
Ah, well, see,
I'd add an extra little half on.
See, girls can do heels, boys can't.
Well, you say that, Derek.
I'd have to have stilts. Like a circus act.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to layer that over the top. And the wonderful thing about this, because it is a creator card, like I said to you, you could use both of those layers if you wanted to separately. There's no right or wrong way, but when you layer them up, look at the lovely design you get. I'm just going to make sure I get that
that's
straight.
Beautiful, isn't it?
But isn't it gorgeous? And do you know, if you batch make for Christmas cards, and there's lots of us out there that do, we make lots of different cards. These are going to be really, really quick and easy to do, because that was one pass of the machine to create this. And all I've just done is just added it onto some extra pieces there. Look, that's all I've done. I've mounted it onto some cream cardstock, pop that on there, added a little sentiment, and you've got yourself a finished card with super quick easiness, one pass of the machine. You create two beautiful two beautiful panels, pop them together and you've got yourself a card instantly. Just think these are absolutely fabulous. I'll show you some more samples later, Derek. Are you ready while I get cleared up for the next
I'm
bit?
ready. I'm always born ready, I was. Completely and utterly. If you saw me 3 seconds ago, you wouldn't have said that. I love the facts in the comments. I'm just reading all the gossip in the comments. Susan was talking to Barbie and she was saying, because obviously a lot of you are stateside and you listen to us talking as Brits, and you pick up the kind of turn of phrases, like, for instance, Barbie said, I used the phrase chin wag on a friend. Now, chin wag here in the UK means chatter, like what me and Debbie are doing, just having a little chat across the fence. We call that a chin wag here in the UK. Well, Barbie used it on a friend at the weekend and she thought she was implying that her friend had a double chin. Oh dear, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Never mind. Listen, we'll all learn together. It's all fine. Let's look at those double-sided dies then, because they are absolutely brilliant. Here's the collection, £115, $135. It's brilliant. And there are, remember, 6 different combinations in your bundle as well. So we start off with this one, which is the Snowflake Kisses one, which is just absolutely beautiful. And again, the reason I asked about that, the colours of card that you use, is I wondered whether you would need a completely different colour or not. But, you know, as Debbie said before, she's seen a card where it's 2 layers on a double-sided die in Centura Pearl. So exactly the same thing, and it looked absolutely stunning. So I guess the thing is to have a little bit of a play, really, isn't it? Here's Christmas ornaments, or as we call them over here, baubles. Lovely, lovely baubles. There they are. Remember, of course, that you've got all of that dimension there as well. You can paper piece the elements back in as well. You can make amazing shaker cards. Has been done with this one as well. It's superb. Then we've got the one that Debbie was just using there. Sorry, I have not enough hands. I need more hands. That's the one thing about this job. I need more hands. This is the one that Debbie was just using there, which is Frosted Woodland, which is that wonderful reindeer, stag, call it what you want, and the wonderful trees. It's very atmospheric, isn't it? No matter what the colours are, and Debbie used a very, very different colour combination there. She used almost like a sky blue in the background, which you'd think on face value, when you said it to yourself in your head, you think, no, that won't work. But actually, you can see it worked absolutely incredibly. It was just magical. Then we've got Christmas tree, Oh Christmas Tree, the one that caused a little bit of confusion earlier. There you go. So there's Oh Christmas Tree. So again, you've got the cutout there as well, haven't you, to go and take to another piece, another element as well. That's a beautiful instant card as well, isn't it? I don't know why I asked this silly question. This was part of my training, by the way, asking more silly questions. And I was like, okay, so explain to me what create a card means. I asked Sarah that question. But it made sense, because she said, you know what, the idea was, you take the die through, you take the card stock through with the die once, and you have your card. It is there, it is ready. You don't need to go on. You will want to go on, but all you need to do is one pass through. This is Oh Little Town, which is beautiful, that lovely atmospheric scene. And of course, the great thing about having stamps as well, stamps and dies, is that sentiment-wise, you can go in any direction you want. That doesn't necessarily need to be a Christmas card. It could be any kind of greeting, really, couldn't it? It's really lovely. And then we've got, I think, that quintessential ingredient at Christmas. I mean, we kill one every year, don't we? A real one, a poinsettia. I love poinsettias. I cannot keep one alive, though. Can you? Can you keep one till March? I don't think I've ever had one last through to New Year's Day, let alone to March. So anyway, listen, the full collection of 6 is there for you at £115 or $135. There is a multi-buy on that one though as well, isn't there? And I've lost the details of that. It's 2 for £40 or 2 for $55. I've so many pieces of paper and so many prices all over the place. They're all amazing though. And remember, when you're shopping on the website, your prices probably won't even come out at the prices that we've got on the screen there, because it automatically works out where you are on Club Inspire and takes your discount off from 5, 10, 15 up to platinum, which it won't be long. I won't be far behind you, Debbie, with the old platinum status. I'll tell you that now. We've got some other products to show you. We're going to start with some layering background stamps. We've got these in pairs with over a half price saving on these. So this is the first combination, which is the crocus and the Floral. Now, crocuses, did they come early in the year or late in the year? I can't remember. Do they come in at winter or do they come in right at the start of spring, like one of the first? I can't remember. Anyway, listen, there you've got your stamps, and they are $12.99 or $19.95, so that's over half price saving. There's a second set of stamps as well. Here they are. This is your bees and butterflies. So bees in the border, and the butterfly bouquet. They're amazing and they're huge. There's lots going on there as well. So let's go back to your foil press creator cards then from this morning, because a lot of you, after the show this morning, with the launch day show with Sarah this morning with the foil press, it really was a foil press masterclass, I have to say, this morning. But we featured and launched this selection of 6 Christmas creator cards. And so popular. A lot of people either got their foil press out again or went, you know what, it's about time I had one, because it is an extension to your Gemini mini machine. Of course, you can buy the extender plate for your big Gemini as well. So that's the collection of 6 there. Now, 4 of those are on the HSN selection. 2 of them aren't actually. So it's well worth having a little look while you're shopping the show, and just having a look at the price combination and the price that yours comes up for that. Also back in stock and so popular. Listen, I'm not even going to mention the multi-buy on this because I know you can choose any 2 for £6 or $7, but there's no way that you could pass up the chance of having all 11 5-metre papercraft foils there for you in so many different colours. I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 silvery ones, the disco ball, you've got 3 shades of gold, you've got the cerise, you've got the icicle as well. And if you didn't see the show with Sarah this morning, which was the launch day show, I urge you to go back and watch that, because Sarah did some amazing foiling techniques. I think Debbie's going to be foiling a little bit later as well with us, because, oh, awesome. You just need to do it. If you've got a foil press already, it'll give you your mojo back straight away and you'll get it back out again. Because I think people have a little go and then they rest a little bit, don't they? And they get on with the rest of their card making and die buying and everything else. And they kind of leave their foil press machine to one side. Right, it's time. I've got the little machine out now, because I'm going to go to my Crafters Companion Facebook page, and I've had a competition running all weekend, and hundreds of you commented on the post and welcomed me. In fact, here's how bonkers it is. Forget what the number is, but over the weekend from launching last week, 1,163 people like my Facebook page already, which blows me away completely. And I know that's all about the popularity of Crafters Companion. So out of all the comments that I've got on this post, I'm just going to stop there. And I am going to say a very big congratulations to Anne Doubleday. Congratulations. Yes, well done you. Let's give you a round of applause. So Anne Doubleday, have we still got that picture, Mr. Matt? All right, let's bring the picture of your prize bundle, Anne. Well done, congratulations. She commented and she said, welcome, I love the John Scott Sewing World Softer Side of Life shows there tomorrow, of course, but I love the masterclasses as well. And you are now the proud winner of that prize bundle. So well done, and thank you so much to everybody that entered as well. If you haven't come and found my Facebook page yet, please do. I am Derek Marks Crafters Companion. And Anne Doubleday, can you email me at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk and pop in your address, and I will get that bundle of goodies winging its way to wherever you are. I don't even know where you are in the world, Anne. You could be anywhere. It could be airmail. It could be a very expensive trip to the post office, but we don't mind, with lots of our love. And I'll have lots more giveaways, I'm sure, in the future as well. Right, okay, back to the stencils that we have for you. You've got to see these, because these are just absolutely amazing. These are so good. I love stencils because they can take your imagination in so many different directions. You can go the multimedia route on this. You can throw your pastes at it. In fact, I've got a quick question for Debbie on the stencils as well, which I will answer. I've been seeing your questions on the comments. But let's go through what we've got. We've got, first of all, so there are 8 in this collection, which is brilliant. So just get your head around the fact that there are 8 sets of stencils and stamps in this bundle alone, which is just brilliant, for £42 or $55. So it's music and lyrics. There's your first one. I'll run through these fairly quickly so we can get back to Debbie. Then we've got Life is a Journey, which is just brilliant for your travel journaling, for your adventures, for making your own postcards and bits and pieces like that. Then you've got Make a Wish. Make a Wish is the one that Debbie did on the first demo, using that amazing stencil and building up the colour there. Then we have It's Time. It's time. I love the fact that you've got so many choices of different stamps and sentiments. They're real fun. Sometimes you get some extra elements to go with the stencil as well. So on this one, for instance, which is Back to Nature, you've got all of the leaves going on here in the stencil. So you can use that as a background kind of foliage, as a soft blur, if you like, and then add more of the stamps on top, which would be just brilliant. And then you've got Life Happens. Oh, sorry, there you go. There's Life Happens. So that's a little bit more steampunky. I quite like that. It's quite rebellious, isn't it? I'm quite rebellious by nature, and that feels to me like it could lead you in a little bit of a rebellious direction. So that's that one. And then we've got Write Your Own Story, which again is great. That's still my mind. That is what's going on in my brain right now. It's just a scramble of letters and words. Lovely sentiments there too. And then we have, finally, Happiness Blooms. And Happiness Blooms is all about beautiful flowers. I can see, what can you see in there? I don't know, I feel like there's lovely tulips and wildflowers and a bit of sweet pea going on there as well. And you've got wonderful sentiments like thinking of you and happiness. Happiness blooms from within. Ah, that's a lovely way to think of things on a Monday, isn't it? And all 8 sets of those stencils and stamps at just £42, which you can see against the usual prices is absolutely brilliant. And remember, if you're on the website, it's not even £42, is it, for most of you, as you climb your way up the Club Inspire ladder. I mean, at silver, that wouldn't be £42 or $55. Here is what you're getting in the complete collection. So all 8 of those. I know. It's so good, isn't it? That's a nice way to cheer up a Monday, Debbie, isn't it? A lovely way to cheer up a Monday.
Oh, sorry, Derek, I was miles away. You'll have to excuse me. You'll have to excuse me. I was just thinking, what else can I put through one of these stencils? In my head, I'm just thinking, I'm trying to chop and change. I planned a demo and then I'm thinking, no. And so it wasn't that I wasn't listening, Derek.
No, I know.
I was
in a world of your own, weren't you?
Do you know what? It's because we're so far apart as well. It's quite difficult sometimes.
It's a long way.
So there's so much noise going off as well. But apologies there.
It's all right, my darling.
What did you say about it being a nice Monday?
A nice way to start a Monday, I think I said, because there were 8 sets of the stencils and stamps for that price. And oh no, I know that's what it was. Getting so much for so little. That's what it was. Like me, I get so much in so little. Where were we, Debbie? Anyway.
I love that one. That's really good. I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the stencils again. It's time. It's time, Derek. I love this one. It's absolutely fabulous because look at this stencil. Can you see the lovely detail? Again, when I was talking about having that 2 for the price of 1, it's exactly what you've got with this one. It is 2 for the price of 1. You've got this beautiful background stencil, and then you've got all these elements that you're going to be able to use as well. And then not only that, Derek, no. Let's bring in some focal stamps as well. So if I just hold those up for a second, look how many stamps you're getting on this one. There is an incredible amount of sentiments that you can use, not just with these stencils and stamps, but you could take them into your other things as well, with other crafting things that you do. Now, what I've done for this, Derek, I've already pre-prepared while you're busy chatting away. You see how we're being busy. I'm getting a bit inky as well. But I pre-prepared myself a little inky background using our water reactive ink pads. And this time I used Lagoon, Green Topaz and Midnight to create this little bit of a wash background. That's going to be the background part of this stencil part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just this part of the element of this stencil and layer that up across the top. So I don't know if you can see there. And again, you can do exactly the same thing where you could use your repositional stick and spray and pop it at the back of the stencil and then just give it a nice 30 seconds to get tacky and apply it to the bottom. Lift off when you're finished and reuse it, because that's what you can do with that. Or you can tape it down, or you can do a Debbie and you can just go straight in there. And I'm going to use some of our quick dry ink. I'm going to use some of our metallic ink pad for this one, but I'm also going to bring in a little bit of embossing powder as well for this to give some added texture. I have found though, Derek, in the background, do you know in one of those Totally Tiffany things that we have in the back of us, I found some paste. I found some paste. I'm going to have a little play in a minute.
Brilliant.
Because you were saying, weren't we, earlier,
Yes,
what else
we were.
can you do with stencils? Because people think it's just inks,
Yeah.
but it's not. You can use lots of things like clear textured pastes. You could use lots of your glittery textured paste, which is what I've got there.
Yeah, and your
Absolutely
crackle
love it.
pastes and all sorts,
Crackle
couldn't you?
pastes, yeah. You could use embossing powders through them with your watermark ink pad. Honestly, you can do loads. What were you going to suggest?
Well,
Derek?
quick question actually, just while I remember, because you'll get to know that you know what Debbie's like already, but you'll get to know that I have quite a short memory. So things pop in, and 5 seconds later they pop back out again. But I did have a question earlier for you from the comments, Debbie, as to how you clean your stencils.
Oh, a cracking question, because it's the one we get asked loads about. Now, when you're using inks, the best advice I can do is, and I'll just show you in a minute when I've just finished this design, is you could use them again, and I'll show you what I mean by that with a piece of scrap paper. I've got a piece of scrap paper down here. Hot soapy water, plain cloth. And when I say a plain cloth, I don't mean something that's got like a lot of texture to it, because what you want to do is you want to preserve your stencil for as long as possible, because once you've bought into these should last you a lifetime. You take care of them, they'll take care of you, because you'll be able to use these over and over and over again. But just be careful when you are cleaning your stencils. My own personal preference is some hot soapy water. I drop them in, I let them soak that off, take them back out, pop them onto some kitchen towel and just dab or let it dry naturally. That's the best bit that I use, but I know there's lots of people out there that use lots of different things. Things like baby wipes and things like that have got like a little bit of, is it like lint or something they call it, Derek?
Yes.
They have those linty textures to it.
Yes.
They're no good for your stencils. Don't
Right,
use them.
so nothing like a microfiber or anything like that?
No, they've
Has
got
to be
too much.
smooth.
Yeah, something smooth if you're going to
Okay.
use it, because you'll damage your stencil, and that's the last thing you want to do. Now, again, I'm just taking some of my quick dry ink for this, and I'm just running this down, almost like extending it, because you've got that extending pattern on there, and it doesn't look too bad, that one. That's just in the background. Already it's lifted that piece of background paper. But what you could do is, let me just bring in this extra piece of cardstock that I've got down here, Derek, to show you, because there's still a lot of ink left on that stencil. So you could take your finger or your dauber and go back over, or if you have got a little bit of a wet wipe, you can just go back through there and literally take that across, and it gives you a little bit of a different texture through there. But you could use this. Now, I've got, this is very wet, this one, but oh, look at that. That even looks absolutely beautiful. And let that dry off naturally, and you've got yourself another little bit of a background. And at the same time, you've practically cleaned your stencil as well. So I'm just going to use that just off there, because I am going to place, let me just get a little bit of tissue just onto the edge there. And again, just take that round that side, lift off that, and you've cleaned your stencil very, very quickly. That was quite quickly to use. Now, I'm going to bring in the gold metallic pigment ink. Now, absolutely love this colour. There's lots of ink. I mean, just check the website for all the metallic ink pads, but this will work with all of them. Now you can see the juicy colour in there. I don't know if you can see that. Let's go in close so you can see that beautiful. Look at that ink. It's just the most, I mean, it's just beautiful. Not only is it beautiful, it's also got a very, it doesn't dry instantly, Derek, which means you can apply things like clear embossing powders or things like that. Now, I can't find me clear embossing powder, Derek, so I've had to bring in me gold embossing powder, but it's going to work the same way. However, when you're using a gold metallic ink pad, clear embossing powder on top of it is going to look sensational, but I just can't find it, so I'm just going to have to improvise. That's what we will do when we're on live TV. We do a little bit of improvisation. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use, in fact, I think I'll use that side. Let's just bring that down there. Yep. And I'm going to take this in, and again, I'm just going to pat that through. Now, because this is the metallic, you could take your time and go through there, but the best way I would find this to do this part is just dab that through, the ink through the stencil, if that makes sense. Did that make sense, Derek?
Yes,
it sounded like it
perfectly.
made sense, but I can see that lovely design coming through there already. Do you know what? It absolutely looks like incredible without adding any embossing powder, but I just thought I'd show you a different way of being able to use these.
Debbie,
yes,
sorry, silly question alert coming again.
No.
There's full of them today, but it's my first day, so I think I've got plenty of lives I can kind of use up today. Can I, when we see Sarah working with gilding wax, and forgive me, I haven't seen you do it before, but with gilding wax, she does it on her finger.
Yes.
Could I put gilding wax through a stencil with my finger, or would it be too rough on the stencil?
Now it depends, that Derek. You probably could try it, but it's a bit of a skill, that one.
Right.
But you could take a little bit off. You'd have to dab a little bit of it off, because the danger is it would go underneath the stencil.
Okay.
So you could try it, and I would give it a try. Let me just tell you. I'm just going to bring in my gold embossing powder. Do you know what I could have found? If I had a little search around, I may have been able to find a watermark pad, which means I could have used, not me metallic ink pad, I could have just used that one instead. However, this has got a long open drying time, which means you can add things like I just said when it comes to embossing powders. Oh my days, I can already see. Oh, this is looking already gorgeous. Oh, I'm so glad I decided to do this one. Let me just grab a brush though, because Debbie didn't use her anti-static bag, which is always a good idea. But, oh look how beautiful that's already looking. Now I'm just going to leave that just for a second. I don't know if you can see there, Derek, because the magic's going to happen when I heat set it. However, I don't want Sarah shouting at me, because I have pinched this from her little stash behind me, and I'm going to just put the top back on and move that out of the way before I bring in my heat tool. Now, heat tool.
Oh,
wait a minute.
don't yank too hard.
Let's just bring. I'm getting like some little, what do you call it there? Some nice little sound effects, trying to move it at the same time. You'll get used to me, Derek, I promise. You'll get used to me.
No, it's great. I'm loving it. Actually, I'll just tell you quickly that Kathy says she needs to have a word with her boss so that he doesn't plan any meetings while Crafters TV is on. Well, you know what you need to do, because a lot of people are working from home at the moment, and here's the trick to do. Not that I would ever endorse any kind of unauthorised absence, but what you do is you plan in a diary item, just at the right times. That's what you do. And if it's a 2-hour meeting, well, it's a 2-hour meeting, isn't it? It's a meeting of sorts, isn't it?
Now, this is going to be really difficult, Derek, so if you're talking to me and asking me questions, I probably can't hear you, because I've got my heat going on. So what I'm just doing now, Derek, is I'm heat setting the embossing powder to the design. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that turning, but that is turning now. Once that heat has gone over there. Now, I don't know if you can see, I'm keeping my heat gun steady, and I'm just moving it across the design, the pattern there. If you start waving it around like an hairdryer, it doesn't quite have the same effect. So just keep it in the one place and heat set that just across that design, and you'll see it turn. It just looks sensational when it's done this. One of my favourite techniques. But I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper in a moment to show you the texture paste through there as well. So I thought I'd do a bit of a double whammy with this one. But again, just take it across your design, let that heat set, and you can see now it melts the embossing powder to that ink pad, and it just looks fabulous with this. I just love this technique. It's one of my favourite techniques, a bit of heat embossing. It looks beautiful. I know lots of people do this. It's one of my absolute favourites. Now that, I can hear again.
Welcome back.
Well, okay, definitely. But can you see now how that I've added 2 bit? So do you know what we're actually delving into now? We're delving into a bit of mixed media, because we're mixing mediums. So I've mixed a bit of ink and I've mixed a bit of embossing powder. So we're going into that mixed media kind of effect. People get frightened by mixed media and think it's absolutely everything but the kitchen sink on an item, onto a project. And it isn't. Mixed media is all about mixing your mediums. And this is what you can do with these stencils as well. Get those textured pastes out. I'm going to just hang on to this for a second, because I have got a piece of scrap paper here. Let me just, I've had my nails done today. Oh, nails are all back. Look, I've got my fancy nails on this morning. Now we're off there straight away. Get them nails on me, but pretty quick, smart. I've seen our Sarah, she's at hairdressers.
I know everyone's doing it now, and now everything's open. See, fellas, they don't mind, because they don't really care what they look like. But
let me just tell you,
I know so many ladies who have said, right, that's it, get me an appointment, hair first. That started last week, didn't it? Now nail salons are open again. There's probably queues round the block, because actually quite a few ladies have said to me, do you know what? I just I just don't feel right unless
Exactly.
everything is right. See, blokes
Exactly.
don't worry about that. They're
And,
just like, oh, that'll do.
the old grey hair was starting to come through, Derek. Not a good look. So it was an absolute welcome pleasure going to the hairdresser, sitting there and being pampered. Bit strange because there was only 2 of us in there. We're getting used to this new normal, but it was lovely to go there, have my hair properly cut, not Debbie's scissors job straight across there, and have a nice colour popped on as well.
Looks gorgeous.
But this for me just I feel like me again. I've got my nails back on and I feel amazing with them, they're done. But again, it's the new normal. It's the way we're finding ourselves in this world. I saw my mum for the first time properly yesterday and went out with her. Absolutely fabulous it was. It was lovely, and we had a nice day out. Now, can I just show you quickly before I put that card together? Got a piece of white cardstock. I've got my stencil, and I just thought I'm bringing in my palette knife, and I've got some of this beautiful textured paste. It's a glittery textured paste by Cosmic Shimmer. Do you know what? We might actually have this on the website, Derek. All I will say is just check it out. But what you can do is you can apply this through your stencils. So let me just place that onto the top, take it a little bit, and I'm going to spread it a bit like butter. And this is what you do with your textured paste. You take a little bit on, pop that on. Make sure it's all covered. In fact, let's go the whole log. Sarah won't mind. It will just decoration it back. That's what I'm going to say anyway, and I'm going to stick with it. You're all my witnesses.
What's the name of it, Debbie? I'm just going to have a look on the website right now.
So it's Cosmic Shimmer.
Yep.
So it's got a company that specialise in things like pastes. So yes, this could actually be on the website.
I'll have a
because
little look.
we sell this in the store when the store opens. But when you lift that off, oh, the texture on there. Oh, I'm in love.
That's
Let me
gorgeous.
just lift that off for a second. I don't know if you can get in close, but can you see the beautiful, and it's raised. When that dries, that's all going to be raised. I can actually see the lovely other half of the pattern coming through on this side here, just down at the bottom. Look how fabulous that looks. But the textured is beautiful, and you get that lovely glitter paste through there. Things like going onto canvases. So if you love going into mixed media and you love your canvas artwork, these stencils will work beautifully when it comes to things like texture paste. Once that's dry, we might come back to this at the end of the show. I can't believe, my goodness, tell me that's not the time. My days, where's the time going?
I know.
Let me just tell you though, this is an important part. When you're using a textured paste, and I'm going to ask our lovely Tracy to come and grab this off, or Jake, whoever's outside, but this needs to go in some hot soapy water to get that off, because if you let textured paste or glitter paste dry onto your stencil, you can effectively ruin it. Because it'll be just really like crispy and hard, and you don't want that. So make sure you get that into some hot soapy water, pretty much quick smart. Let that dry, and you're good to go. Literally, you're going to be able to create some beautiful things. Now I'm just going to just wipe this up for a second. I'll come back to putting this card. In fact, you know what? Yeah, I'll come back to putting this card together in a second, Derek.
Okay.
While I go and grab this stencil and get in some hot soapy water, can
Yep.
you just take over for a
Oh,
moment?
yeah. Well, I'm just having a good old gossip with everyone here on Facebook right now. Sally's just said, I feel so sorry for Derek. He must just get a list that's getting longer and longer. Now he needs a heat gun as well. Of course. Now I need a heat gun, don't I? Because then we go down the street of embossing. And embossing is a bit like watching alchemy, a bit like watching water being turned into wine, or, dust being turned into gold. It's incredible. So, yeah, you're right, Sally. I think that'll be added. But that's fine, because I'm silver at the moment. You know what? I've got to the end of the week to be platinum. It's fine. Sam says, Debbie, looking good. Deborah says, Derek, you're doing a great job. I placed my first order in the beginning of June, and just less than a month later, I reached platinum in time to buy my Gemini. Brilliant. See, that's the thing to do, isn't it? See, you've got it nailed, haven't you? So you work your way through your orders up to platinum, then order the Gemini because of the benefits of platinum. Tell you what, yes, good thinking. I've done it the wrong way around. I've done the Gemini on the first order. Anyway, do you know what? I did it over the weekend, and those in the know. Hannah says, I'm not bothered about my hair. It does what it's like. I've just left my hair to grow, and now it's down to my waist. Well, you can get the appointments now again, and you can get it sorted if you want to. Let's see. Sue says, I'm happy with Au Natural Grey. I've got, do you know what? I've got one. You won't be able to see it from that distance. I've got one and it's there, and possibly another 2 there. But you know what? They're like little guitar strings, and so I pluck them out. And I'm going to see how long I can get away with that. So I'm either going to go bald or completely grey, who knows. Anyway, listen. Are we going to finish off that card, Debbie, are we?
Yes,
and then I'll show you all the stencils again.
Yes, we are indeed. So what I've just done while you were busy talking there, I've just got a little bit of matting and layering. I've popped this onto some white stamping card, made myself a DL shape. And what I've done is placed black matte cardstock and then popped on my finished, this is just the background part of this, but you can see that beautiful embossed detail. Can you hear that? If I go in closer, you can hear the texture. The texture is just exquisite, it really is. Get your texture paste, get your embossing powders, do lots of different things. You can use spritzes and sprays and things like that, ink through them as well. So I've just popped that on there. So now I've got my background all ready, and I'm just gonna, while my stencil's being busy clean, Derek, I used some black cardstock, matte cardstock, and I used those stencils to create myself some little pieces. And these are going to be embellishments that I'm going to put on the front. Now I use that Midas ink, but this time I didn't do any embossing, but you could do if you wanted to match that up. And I've taken one of those lovely stamps, and there's some really nice sentiment stamps on here. The way we spend our time defines who we are. What a gorgeous sentiment that one is.
Debbie,
never give up.
Do you know what I was just thinking? You know, actually, we had a bit of a suggestion earlier, and I think we half forgot that whoever won my prize draw, we were going to send them a little card, weren't we, as well? So well done, Anne Doubleday, if you're watching, because you were the winner. So we could possibly congratulate Anne with the card that you're making right now and use the "It's Time."
It's
because
time.
it's a winning
you know,
time
you've
for
got
Anne,
me.
isn't
You've
it?
got me. So let me get
Sorry,
that ready. No, it's fine. I can change that up. That's not a problem. Let's throw that in there. I've got great things to take time, Derek, but I'll let you off. Let you off. It's your first
I'll get my coat.
It's your first day, so let's pop that on there and let's get my gold pad. Let me just remember where I put it though, Derek, because I placed it. Let me just see. Debbie, what did you do?
Sorry,
there
Deb.
it is. It's all right.
Sorry.
I'll let you off. I like to do a little bit of a wing and a prayer here. There we go. We should have conflabbed before the show, but there we go.
Yeah, sorry.
It'll be fine. And then I'm just going to pop that on the top. But look how lovely that is. It's time. And do you know what? While we're in that glitzy mood, what did I do with it? Here it is. Let's do exactly the same with this, because this is really going to make this pop, Derek, because it's that long open time. Oh, I like it when we do a little bit different. I like it when we go a little bit rogue. Hey, there's no wrong with a bit of off-piste.
No.
There's not anything wrong with that at all. So again, let's just take that off.
Did somebody in the gallery just call me a diva?
Who called you a diva? I never said you were a diva.
No, someone in the gallery just went, oh, look, he's been a diva already. He's only been here one day and that's it. He's off already.
Oh,
well, this is for lovely Anne, of course, so I'm thinking of Anne.
And you know what? This will be lovely. We'll send this with that. What a lucky... Anne, honestly, you lucky devil. There's some really nice things in that basket.
I know.
There really is. I wanted to enter myself, but you said no. I tried. Now I'm just letting this heat set as well, but I'll show you that lovely finished effect in a moment, because it really does look fabulous. Oh, I like this. I'm glad we changed this up a bit, Derek. I'm quite glad you had that input.
I'm good. Actually, do you know what? Other people are shopping for me now. So Paula, not Paula, who was it? Sorry, Carol Ann. She's just said, right, well, make sure you get your essentials, Derek, like your stamping mat and your glass mat and your guillotine. Of course, I've got to add those to my list as well, haven't I?
Absolutely, you have. Stamping platform, stamping mat, ink pads. I tell you, honestly, they're not daft, you know. You'll be, like I said, everything that we do earn when we're over here kind of goes back into the pot, because you just can't help yourself. You just can't help yourself. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Debbie, I might need an appointment with your hairdresser, because
Why?
Catherine's just said to me the grey hair comes back double when you pluck them out, or so I've been told.
Oh,
I'm
no.
worried, so my 2 might become 4. I'm worried. I need your stylist number.
Oh, I love Lauren. She's lovely. Well, it was so lovely to see her and Dawn at the weekend, having a nice chin wag. And it was more relaxed. You know, normally it's like very busy in the hairdressers. It's one in, one out, that kind of thing. But it was really nice this weekend. It was lovely. Do you know what I'm going to do, Derek, for finishing this off? I'm just going to take my ink and just ink around there. So I've made myself a little bit of an extra tab here just to pop on. So if I just take that across the edge, it almost, again, just frames it, but gives it a nice little finish. And I'm going to give that a little, I'll not give it too much of a bend though, Derek, because I'm just thinking if this is going, did we find out where Anne was from?
I don't think we have yet. We're still waiting for correspondence because Anne's going to email me with all of her details.
Oh, well, we need to find out where Anne's from. So what I'm just doing is I'm just adding some of my chunky glue. I'll say it, my chunky glue. I'm just going to pop that on and just layer these pieces up. And I'll pop that just down there because I think what I'm going to do is just add that one at the bottom. It's time. I love this. I think this is a gorgeous sentiment again. Pop that underneath. And that just finishes that off really nicely. And if I hold that up, there you go. That's just made by Debbie for Anne from Derek. So I think what we'll do is, shall we both sign that and send that to her?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. But there you go. This is what you can do with them. And you saw, I was thinking off piece there, went off a little bit. I was going to keep it a nice flat, but then I thought, no, let's add a little bit of texture. That's what you can do with these stencils, with these stamps. You're going to love them. Fabulous price. 8 sets. Honestly, fantastic. And the fun you're going to have is just amazing.
It is amazing. I think you're having too much fun over there this afternoon. Just back to the grey hair thing 1 second. So Catherine said the grey hair comes back double when you pluck them out, or so I've been told. But Paula has pointed out, I've heard that too, but how did 2 hairs grow out of 1 hair follicle? So maybe it's just one of those old wives' tales. I just hope so. Let me show you those 8 sets up close and personal, because obviously Debbie's working with them one by one, so it's quite good to see the selection and the collection all together, isn't it? So it's time. That's the one that Debbie was just working with there, with the clocks on it and that wonderful almost sort of gingham check background to it. So you've got the stencil there. Plus, they're quite thick stencils as well, actually. You know, they're not kind of thin and sort of flimsy. They're flexible, so you can actually go around things as well. So for mixed media projects, you could go around a jar or a bottle or a vase or whatever with your mixed media paste, etc., etc. And that's the joy of a stencil. But of course, you can ink straight through them. You've also got the sentiments that go with those as well. Include great things take time, and it's time, as we've just found out. Then we've got music and lyrics. Music and lyrics is beautiful because you've got the musical stave there. Stave, that's the word, isn't it? Stave is the word where all the notes go into the lines in the bottom. There we go. Sorry, I haven't found a way of shuffling these. Right, there we go, sorted. So you've got lots of musical things going on there. Music is what feelings sound like. And life is the music, and lots more there. Then we've got life is a journey. Brilliant for, Joe loves a tag. So great for your tags. Journals, just your memories of your holidays, etc., etc. I wonder how Joe is getting on. Actually, he said he was going to send us a little video report today. I haven't heard word of that yet. Today, maybe he's too busy. He's still choosing a pizza for today. Make a wish is this one. This is the one that Debbie did in demonstration a little bit earlier with those lovely. What do you call them? Clocks, don't you? They call them the seed heads, isn't it? On a dandelion. You know, when you can pick them up and blow them into the wind. Please don't blow them into my garden, though. I'm always picking them out of my lawn. Then we go back to nature, which is your beautiful, I love this sort of tree bark stencil, and then you've got the flora and the leaves there going on. And there are more leaves in the stamps there as well. Makes beautiful, beautiful backgrounds as well. Then we've got Life Happens. Life definitely does happen. Now, this is the one that's a little bit more steampunky as well. The sentiments on there, by the way, if you can dream it, you can do it. There you go. If you can spell it, you can say it. And then the other one there is life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. Oh, that's quite a good one, isn't it? That's quite prophetic, isn't it? I believe is the word. And then we've got write your own story. And I love this. It's like the contents of my brain. I love it. So you've got this, which is really kind of freestyle and a little bit kind of graffiti-like, brilliant for making backgrounds. And then you've got the text there. So again, that lends itself beautifully into your journaling and anything that sort of has text within it as well. All with your sentiments there as well. All 8 sets, £42, $55. Brilliant saving as well. It's absolutely superb. There's lots more in the show as well, including, of course, with it being Monday, we have a Monday mega deal. And today, your Monday mega deal is 3 phenomenal dies. Now on this one, you've got the flower bed edge, you've got nature's vines, and you've got signpost there, all for £10 and 50p, which is, remind me of the saving on that, Johnny, as well. It's huge, isn't it? Oh, 50, that's right, 55%, isn't it, saving on that one, which is just absolutely phenomenal, I have to say. Right, okay, what are we doing next? Oh, right. Oh, this is my favourite. This is my favourite thing to talk about. You notice I've been talking about this all day long because this is something that I only discovered yesterday. So when you log on to our website for the very, very first time, because you might be watching us on YouTube or Facebook right now, so you log on to crafterscompanion.co.uk or .eu or .com, wherever you are, and you start shopping and you check out your first basket, you have joined Club Inspire. And Club Inspire is a little bit like a ladder where the more you... Well, listen, I could tell you all about it, but let's hear from the boss. Sarah can tell you more.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for?
Whoa,
become a member of our club today.
Oh, I tell you what, you don't want one of these earpieces. You really don't want... Things you hear, Debbie, things you hear.
I know.
What are they like in there? Never mind us out here. What are they like in there? Anyway, listen, thank you for your company. My word, the show's gone so quickly. We've only got 25 minutes left. It's ridiculous. So let's talk Christmas double-sided dies, shall we? Because it's never too early to start your Christmas card making, is it? So let's look through what we have, and we'll start with the poinsettia. Poinsettia is beautiful, isn't it? I mean, always that most delicious symbol of Christmas, isn't it, the poinsettia? And I'll get you the details in just uno momento. So it's a double-sided die, remember, and the great thing, of course, you can use all of your Christmas colours, you can use your different Christmas cards as well, you can use your metallic cards for these. I mean, I would love to go green and gold on the Christmas poinsettia, wouldn't it? I mean, I know the traditional, the traditional colour is red, isn't it, for the foliage? Well, you could go any way you want to, couldn't you? And of course, you can paper piece. I mean, what I would do is actually when you pop out the pieces of the poinsettia, the petals of the poinsettia, if you like, I'd love to then get some kind of metallic enamel-looking red. Do you know what I mean? Like a real berry red. How could we shine that up? We could shine that up with some with the glitter pen, couldn't we? Yes, we could do that with the sparkle pens, couldn't we? Listen to me getting all creative. Right, okay, here's Oh Little Town. Oh, sorry, I'll pop it down there. There you go, Matt. So I'll stay in one place. There you go. Oh Little Town. See, you can hear the clop of the hooves of the camels, can't you? Did I say that the right way around? I hope so. You can hear them wandering through, can't you? You can smell the frankincense, can't you? That would be lovely, wouldn't it? So that one is Oh Little Town, isn't it? Next up, Oh Christmas Tree, or as they say in Germany, Oh Tannenbaum. Why do we all know that? Why do we all know that Oh Christmas Tree in German is Oh Tannenbaum? I don't know, maybe it was on the B side of the record, I don't know. But that's the Oh Christmas Tree, double-sided die again, remember, so lots and lots of elements to that. Even in your waist, I mean, I know there's no such thing as waste here, you've got some amazing elements too. Probably, I think, one of our favourites. In fact, which are most people going for the full collection, Johnny, right now? I can't hear a word you're saying. No, not a Scooby-Doo. Yeah, it's the full collection that is most popular right now. I love this. I love this winter scene because it's just so atmospheric. It makes you want to go out. I know it may be a warm day where you are. It's certainly warm in the studio, but it makes you want to put your jacket on, go for a nice sort of snowy walk through that scene, doesn't it? It's beautiful. They're really, really lovely. Then we go to baubles, or Christmas ornaments, as we've called them. Make great shaker cards. And again, I think that's a really, really nice way of doing it. Although, now see, I'm thinking, I wonder... Now, let me ask Debbie. Sorry, Debbie, I know you're mid-preparation right now, but on this double-sided die, if on the... So, see this card from the Christmas ornaments?
I can, yep.
So, can you see on the bands across the middle of the ornaments there and the stripes that come across, etc., etc. Could we selectively foil those elements after they've been die cut?
You can foil the die cut itself, so yeah, you can use you can foil that afterwards, and you could use different colours because you use just scraps of pieces of foil. A technique I've done before where you just take little tiny scraps of your foil and lay that over, and then do that hot press foil technique where you're not actually using any dyes or anything, so you could actually foil cut the die. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Foil the die cut.
Yes.
That's the way around.
No, I understand.
So absolutely you could. Do you know what else you could do?
Go on.
You could take metallic pens, sparkle pens, alcohol pens, aqua markers, all those different mediums, and colour them in. And you could do that as well. Lots of different ways you can use these. You're going to be able to cut those two panels out in that one pass. That technology blows my mind every single time.
I love it.
One pass, two different designs, done and dusted.
Yeah. You're so right, and something else I didn't get the chance to tell you earlier, and I'm almost perfectly placed to talk to you about this actually, because I come into Crafters Companion brand new. I've never worked for a company before that makes crafting products, but let me tell you, from my experience of crafting or working with crafting products so far elsewhere, there are, I mean, I don't know how many die companies there are out there, but there are many and plenty. So there are die ranges from lots and lots of different companies. And the fact that Crafters Companion have developed this concept, but not only developed it, but they've said, you know what, we're going to keep that to just us. No one else will have the capability of doing that, is absolutely genius, because there will be, I don't know how many die making companies there are, or companies that sell dies commercially are, but they must be all biting their nails and chewing and spitting feathers all over the place with envy. But there you go. That's what they say is you get there first, don't you? Now, let's talk background stamps, because we've got two amazing bundles this afternoon that are incredible. And Debbie's going to, in fact, I've just given them to Debbie right now. She's like, oh, right, let me play. So we're going to start with the Crocus and the Floral collection. Now, this is a half price deal here. So you are getting the Floral Cascade and the Crocus collection there as well. £12.99, $19.95, half price. So it's buy one, get one free basically, isn't it? And you've got the other one, which is Bees and Butterflies, which is the one that Debbie's going to be demonstrating in just a moment for us, which is your bees in the border and butterfly bouquet. It's better than a half price deal, that one. £12.95, $19.95. So you're buying one and the other one is coming along for the ride for free. And a background stamp, Debbie, how does that how does that differ from a background stencil? Does it sit as far back?
Well, these are fabulous because these are our layering background stamps, and we call them a background stamp, but they're a real focal stamp because you're going to create a stamped image super fast. Absolutely. You've got 3 different stamps in each stamp set. So technically, if you're going for one set, you're getting 6 that work beautifully as individuals. But there's different ways you can use these now. If you've never seen these before, I'm just going to bring in the packaging just to show you what I mean by that. It means that if I turn this over just for a second, you can see here, the background here is it tells you is 1 and 2, I believe. I'm just tipping it down, 1 and 2. So you could use stamp 1 and stamp 2, and all of these are numbered as well, so you'll be able to see them, and you can create this background image. If you move along here, stamp 2 and 3 is going to create something completely different, and a different image. Stamp 1 and 3, again, a different image. So let's just take this into perspective. 1 stamp, but look at this, I can't believe that. Is that the price? Is that the price for today? Oh my days. For both sets, I think is absolutely an incredible price because that should be the price of 1, surely. It's an incredible price today. And this is what I'm talking about, versatility. Lots of different ways that you can use it because I've just shown you 3 different ways. Put them all together and you get a full image. I can't get over that because that's 4 different ways you can use these 3 stamps. But you're not just getting the 3. You're getting 2 lots of 3 in one bundle. Amazing. That is fabulous. So let me just show you how easy these are to use. Like I said, you can use lots of different inks. I'm going to use quick dry inks. You can use water reactive inks. You can do whatever you want ink wise. I've got my stamping platform. I've just mixed it up slightly. I'm using a bigger one and I'm using the one that holds things into place. It's the stamping magnetic base with the platform, the 8x8 size, which just fits in perfectly, and it has its magnets to hold your cardstock into place as well. Now I'm going to take stamp 1. So you take it off the carrier sheets, and these are a beautiful, and I genuinely mean an absolute fabulous stamp. And one little tip I'm just going to give you: don't throw away your packaging because it's got the number on there, it hasn't got it on the stamp. However, that can be easily quick remedied. Is that a word? Remedied?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a Debbie word. Well, we're going to call it that. You can take a permanent marker and pop on there number 1 if you don't want to keep the packaging. However, these are going to protect your stamps, so I would definitely keep reusing them, keep popping them back on there and knowing there where you've got them. So let me just pop that onto there. So again, I'm just going to place that down for a second, and then I'm just going to pick that up using my stamping platform, and that holds all of that into place. And then I'm going to lay down my first colour, and I'm going with fuchsia. Lovely, bright fuchsia. It's a glorious colour, and this is the quick dry ink. Check the website out for all the inks that I've been using on the show today. I'm not sure what's in stock, I'm not sure what you've been buying, but it's worth checking that out. And then it's just a quick press and push down all over. And the one good thing about this stamping platform, and now I was watching Debbie live the other week on her Facebook page, and people were asking, is this in stock? Yes, it was. I'm not sure if it's still there, but go and check that out. And if you haven't quite got, I mean, that looks fabulous on its own, that looks really nice, but if you're not happy with that stamped image, you just go back over. You literally, until you've got that pressure and you've caught it everywhere. This is why I love the stamping platform. I just think it's fabulous. Now that's the stamp 1. So I'm going to peel that off for a second. Let's just place that. Let me just move that out of there. And I'm just trying to make sure I've got that in the right place so I know exactly where I'm going.
Debbie, could you want a stamp like that? Could you drop shadow it as well?
You can do.
So where you re-stamp it, but you move the platform slightly down
yes.
to one side.
Of course you can.
So would you go 2 different colours if you were doing that?
Yes, definitely. And that's what I'm going to do with this one now, Derek, because this is number 2. So we've got number 2 just on here, and I'm going to now place that over the top, and I'm just going to make sure I've got that into place. There we go. And you can see that. Oh, I keep catching my head there. Let me just place that on. Now, there is a couple of ways that you can do this to make sure you get a perfect layer up, which is by popping it into your grid, the same place every time. Now, I can see that's in the same place, and it'll probably show when I do this one. But I'm using plum jam now. This is going to be the next one that goes over the top. And again, all you do is layer that up, and you push down, and that puts on that second layer. Now, what you were saying, Derek, about doing it with the one stamp and then the same stamp but just a different colour and doing that, exactly, that's what you could do. You can play with these. There's lots of different ways that you can do it. They've been meant to, and they've been designed to work specifically so that these go and work perfectly within each other, and you can see that gorgeous colour coming now. Can you see how it's layering up?
Wow.
And if you feel like you've missed any areas or you want to re-ink and re-stamp, it's in the same place, it's not moving anywhere because these magnets are holding this into place, and these legs all fit in those bases. It's not going anywhere, it's not going to wobble anywhere or move anywhere, but you can just carry on until you've got that desired effect that you want. Now, I'm not very, being short at this counter, which is really tall, it's very difficult to get on your weight.
Hey,
So
do you know
normally
what,
I
Debbie?
stand up.
Do you know what? In the comments this afternoon, we're in good company, you know, because a lot of our crafters online in the comments have said, you know what, small and mighty. There's a lot of 4'11", 5-foot-ish, 5'1" who are part of the crafting community. So you know what? Beautiful things come in small packages, don't they say?
Indeed.
That's why my box is so small, you see. I'm like a stamp in the corner. I should look that way, really, shouldn't I?
Bless you. Now,
regal.
before I pop on that next layer, I'm just making sure that I am popping on the carrier sheets back onto the right one. Because the last thing you want to do is mix up your numbers. So then your number one's not your number one, it's your number two. Your two's not your number two, it's your number three. You don't want to be doing that. Make sure they go back on their right carrier sheets, if that makes sense. Did that make sense, Derek?
I just
Number
heard,
ones
I
and
just
number
heard lots of
twos.
number ones and number twos.
I don't think sometimes. Number three as well, though.
I'm
You want to
saying
make
nothing.
sure. You just want to make sure you get it back on the right carrier sheet. That's what I was meaning, Derek.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's exactly what I was meaning. You don't want to know some of the things I've said. I sometimes don't engage the brain before I do this, and I really should. I really should engage the brain. Now, literally, just pop that one on. Pop number 2 back on its carrier sheet. Move that out of the way.
Please don't say number 2 again.
Oh, do you know what? I'm just going to make sure. I'm just going to make sure. Oh, I'm just going let me just layer that over. Just want to make sure I'm going to be right over proper place there, because I've just too busy talking, not concentrating. I think I put it on the wrong way around, the upside down way, but that looks about right. Stay. And then we've got the quick dry. This is because you're asking me to improvise. You've been making me improvise all day. I'm like, I've got so many things planned. Is this how it's going to be, Derek?
Well,
is this how it's going to be?
It's like having a crafting workout, isn't it, Debbie? That's all it is.
There's nothing wrong with
Putting
thinking
you through
on
your
feet.
paces.
So let me just make sure now. I think I'm layered up right, but we'll go in, and it's not going to hurt it. If I haven't got it right, it really doesn't matter. But, oh, ye of little faith, look how glorious that looks now. All designed to layer up and work together. But you saw each stage where it was 1 on its own, 2 on its own, 3 on, you can build it up, and you can get some really beautiful designs just by mixing them up. Mix your number 1 up with your number 3, mix your number 2 with your number 3.
Stop
Mix
talking
your
now,
number
Debbie.
1
Stop
with
talking.
your number 2.
Stop talking now.
But this is the fun. These are stamps.
What you need to do with that right now is just get one of those very, very inexpensive frames from that store that we all know.
Exactly.
And you put that straight up on the wall, never mind a card.
Exactly.
It's gorgeous.
Bit of wall art, a bit of home decor with how easy was that to put that together?
Can I just say, I didn't realise, I didn't open the packaging earlier. It wasn't until I gave that set to Debbie and she took them out that I realised that it is like a triptych, like a set of 3 stamps that make up one overall if you want it, or you can mix and match the layers as you want to. So that's making this deal, that's just suddenly made this deal 10 times more epic in my mind. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not just one giant background stamp, but it is made up of 3 different layers. So you can have just 1 on its own, just 1 and 2, just 1 and 3. There's so many different combinations. It's ridiculous. I love it. So grab that, because there are 2 combos as well that you can grab. So the one that Debbie was just using was the butterfly bouquet, wasn't it? But there is also the other one, the sunflower, the bees in the bouquet one, which looks amazing, because are they sunflowers? I can't quite see there. Are they? They're very sunflower looking. I'm not sure what they are.
The bees in the border?
They're beautiful. Bees in the border. Sorry, Bees in the bouquet. I'm getting all my bees around the wrong way. Anyway, it looks beautiful. Grab it because you are getting, in essence there, 6 stamps and lots of different options ongoing. You're going to love that. It will by no means... Why do they call them background stamps? Because you would definitely make these front and forward as well as stars, wouldn't you? The other combination that we've got, again, which is on a half price deal as well, $12.99 or $19.95, is the crocus and the floral, again, which are beautiful. Sorry, I'm just thinking of home decor applications to that as well. Now I'm thinking, Debbie, sorry to put you on the spot yet again for the 26th time, but I'm thinking home decor, would I be able to get some kind of water-based sort of chalky, trendy paint kind of thing and put it onto the stamp and then stamp it onto a wall? Could I do that?
With a stamp? You can do
Yes.
whatever you want with a stamp. You can stamp anything onto it. Stamp any, literally, you could have a go. I would perhaps practice first before you went straight onto the wall. However, if you're going to do that, bit of emulsion over the top,
Yeah.
done and dusted.
Yeah.
Stamping were all the big thing at one point. Do you remember, Derek? I had it all over my kitchen. I had all my units, I had little grapevines on and vines coming down there. And I
Wonderful.
used it with lots of different mediums, from stencil paste to textured paste that I use to get some really nice effects on. So you can, that's what you can do. It's all about having a play. That's what crafting is all about.
Got to have a go,
Have
haven't
a
you?
play, have a go. What's the worst you can do?
Paint
Cover it up
over
with
it.
some,
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly, and you know it'll look beautiful, and you know other people. It's funny when you do something and you think, oh, I don't know if that looks right or not. It's when somebody comes around and says, oh, I really like that, and you're like, whoa, hello, I did that all by myself. Right, okay, let's go through the stencils. If you've not seen the stencil and stamp collection from this afternoon's show, you've come in late. You must, as soon as we've done, you must go right the way back to the beginning, because this is just epic and really, really busy for the full collection. I'm not surprised, because it is a set of 8 stencils with stamps as well. It's really, really brilliant. So I'll whiz you through those very, very quickly, because we're coming up towards the end of the show. I can't believe 2 hours has gone so quickly. That's because you've got 2 people on screen that can talk a glass eye to sleep. So there you go. You've got Write Your Own Story, which again is brilliant. All of this wonderful text and all this really sort of funky background there, plus the sentiments. Well, they're not necessarily sentiments. They're more sort of inspirational messages, really, a lot of them. They're absolutely beautiful. So that's Write Your Own Story. Then you've got Happiness Blooms. So again, lots and lots of floral depth and texture. Remember, with a stencil, not just for your inks, great for your inks, but and your markers and everything else, but great for your multimedia, pastes and everything else to add a bit of depth and dimension into there as well. So that's Happiness Blooms. There's lots of lovely sentiments too. Some of the stencil sets have extra elements that complement the stencil set as well. So some of the floral ones have more florals in them. This one is just It's Time, not Just in Time, It's Time. Debbie did Anne's lovely card that we're going to send to her, because it's winning time for Anne. So we used this one earlier. It's got that lovely textured panel on one side of the stencil, and then you've got the clocks as well, and lots of timely messages. Then we move on to music and lyrics, and again, that is lovely. Music is what feelings sounds like. I love that. I think that's really, really good. What's the one at the bottom there? Life is the music. Yes, beautiful. Then we move on to our journaling one. This is Life is a Journey. That's a brilliant kind of bon voyage or a welcome back, or just a way of embellishing your journals as well. And I love that, because you've got the full map of the world there as well. And plus you've got the compass stamp there as well, which you can put anywhere. This is another one that Debbie was doing earlier with that wonderful card, getting all that depth and dimension with the stencil there in the background, and then bringing these gorgeous kind of dandelion heads into the foreground as well. It's wonderful. So that's Make a Wish. Then we've got Back to Nature. Back to Nature is brilliant, because that's really lovely, because that's like the full autumn leaves there, isn't it? Plus that wood bark effect, that sort of tree effect. Plus there are more elements down in the stamps as well. Remember, it is all 8 sets for £42 or $55, and it's been so popular through this show. I am not surprised at all. Debbie, thank you so much. I can't believe it's already, it can't be, can it?
I know. I cannot believe how fast. I thought I'd got plenty of time. I'd got way more demonstrations
I know,
to
what
show you, but I
happened?
can't believe time just flies when we're in here.
But same time tomorrow, you and me.
Same time tomorrow, me and you, Derek. We've got the launch party. Super, super excited. Because honestly, I can't tell you how excited I am. Are we allowed to say, Derek? Have we got to keep it quiet?
I don't see any reason why not. Listen, you know, I mean, Joe, honestly, if Joe's any gauge of whether gossip should be let out or not, I think I've got free reign, don't you?
Right, well, then I'm really excited to tell you tomorrow we've got the launch of the staycation stamps and die sets and the Christmas pop-up boxes, which I am so excited to be demonstrating tomorrow here at the craft room. Same time, same place, Derek?
Yes, absolutely, right here tomorrow at the same time. Debbie, thank you so much, because it's been so much fun, honestly. Obviously, I've been sitting in the background for the last couple of weeks. But I've been watching some of the other shows as well, and I know all of the guests, the talent. I can't call them guests because they're absolute talent. They really are in-house wonders. They're all incredible. They really are. But it's even better when you're here and you're sharing it with them as well, which you are every single day. It's brilliant. Thank you to everybody in the comments for their lovely warm welcomes as well. Sharon says, and this is a good one to leave myself and Debbie on. Sharon says, I'm not small, I'm trial size. Try me, you'll like me. I think that's wonderful. Listen, have I got to go now? Have I got to go? Is that it? I could stay forever. Thank you so much to everyone, wherever you are, whether it is morning, afternoon, evening. I still haven't got my head around what time. So it's 10 in the morning, is that right, on the East Coast? And on the West Coast, it's... Oh, is this East? So on the East Coast, it's coming up to lunchtime. So have a wonderful afternoon. Have a wonderful rest of your morning on the West Coast, and here and in Europe, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful evening. Don't forget, tomorrow, first show on Tuesday. And of course it's slightly earlier on a Tuesday. John Scott will be here with John Scott's Sewing World. I know he's got lots and lots of lovely guests lined up, including our own Bernie, of course, as well. So that should be lots of fun. And then we've got Softer Side in the morning. So hang on a second, I've just had a thought. Does this mean day 2 for me? I get a lie-in? Really? Oh, well, I tell you what. Cheers to that, and thank you for your company today. We will see you, well, I'll see you here with Debbie tomorrow afternoon for launch party, but don't forget in the morning, John Scott and Softer Side. Enjoy the rest of Monday. Thank you so much for your company. See you later.